Welcome to the Arise and Shine organization in Uganda, Mpigi district, Buwama sub-county, Bunjago parish. In this part, we bring you the challenges faced by the elderly people in Bunjako and the surrounding villages. In front is the lady called Maria Dativa Nafka. She's surrounded by all her grandchildren. She looks after them by the money she gets after selling those brooms. As you can see, the family is too big. The money they get from the brooms is not enough to sustain the family. That lady, she's the one looking after all those children. Her husband deserted the home. That old man is called Mr. Spirito Chikomas. His grandchild was burnt by hot water. He's taking the executive director around his house. Those are the ruins of the wall that fell. Some of the sides of this house has fallen down, and it's about to fall down, the whole of it. The house has some cracks in it. Mr. Chikomas is sitting in front of the kitchen with all his grandchildren. That baby you are seeing, his father has just died a few months back. Mr. Chikomas, he takes care of his grandchildren with his wife, the grandmother of the children, whom you are seeing inside the kitchen cooking. The family is too big for them. So they have found it hard to provide them with what to eat on a daily basis. Now the children only eat once in a day, and at times they eat half meal in a day. This old man, he too has some body weaknesses like back pain, joint pains, and pressure. He can no longer go to the garden and work. So it's these children who go and dig for their own food, yet they have to go to school. And the school which they go to is 5 kilometers away from home. So they find it hard to wake up very early in the morning, go to the garden and dig, come back at around 8 a.m., bathe the body, put on the school uniform, and run to school. By the time they reach school, they are already tired. So this fails them from concentrating in class, hence poor performance. The old man is saying, this can be solved if any help of food like maize flour and beans is provided to him, that these children may stop going to the garden every morning during school days and only go to the garden during the weekend when they are not supposed to go to school. If not that, he doesn't know the future of their studies. The children want to study, but the condition is hindering them. He's saying that sometimes he tries to go to the garden and work, but his right hand is already paralyzed. It cannot handle anything at all. Only one finger is the one which is still having that sense of touch, but the other fingers are already paralyzed. In addition to food problem, these children fetch water from a pond which is also far away from home in the forest. That young girl standing was once chased by an animal which she never identified. But the grandfather says it was a hyena. She went to fetch water alone. Her sisters are laughing at her, saying that she's a coward. But look, she's not a coward. Here we bring you another elderly lady called Nantongo Peulagia. That is her latrine, where she defecates and urinates from. It's wooden, the floor is wooden as you are seeing, and already destroyed by termites, meaning that this old lady is standing a risk of falling into that pit anytime. And the side of the latrine has also fallen, so someone can easily see her when she's peeing. The old lady has some grandchildren she's taking care of. These children, they have no father nor mother. They do not have any bed where to sleep, and neither mattress. They just lay down those rags or all the clothes which you are seeing and sleep on. Even the house has fallen in some parts. Look, near the old lady, that wall which is behind her is full of holes. The lower part has already fallen. She too doesn't have any food to feed the children, so these children sometimes are tempted to go and steal jackfruit from the neighbors' trees. Sometimes the neighbors come and quarrel with the old lady. Even one time one promised to take her to police if her grandchildren go back and steal their jackfruit again. She's saying that she once tried to get help from the local authorities, but they turned up a deaf ear. She reached an extent of going to the sub-county, but they too never responded positively to her request. She needs to live a better life, but most of all, she needs her grandchildren to get education. Right now they go to school, to a government school, but it's 4 kilometers away from home. Sometimes they go when they have not eaten anything in the morning, and they end up not reaching school. Instead of going to school, they just go and look for mangoes in bushes and forests. But she would like her grandchildren to have a bright future. She desires seeing them, one becoming a doctor, a pilot, and a lawyer, if God allows. She says that if someone, a good Samaritan, could come out and sponsor her children, help them go back to school, that would make her so happy, like you are saying. And may God bless that person. She's saying that she just imagines that all the 3 of her grandchildren have succeeded in education. She doesn't know how happy she will be, and she doesn't know whether she will be still alive by that time. So that's where these grandchildren sleep. As you are seeing, those old clothes, they are the ones they lay down and sleep on inside the mosquito net. Now the grandmother got some pieces of timber on which she put all the clothes. Watch the pieces of timber being raised on bricks to make a bed. On the pieces of timber she has put there all the sacks, all the rags. That's where they sleep. She looks so happy for having seen a good Samaritan visiting her home. She says that a sense of hope has been restored in her life. Now the young boy is talking about himself. His name is Chigundudeo. He is in primary 7. He would like to become a lawyer when he grows up. He is the eldest of all the grandchildren. That's where they keep their firewood, which they use for cooking. This boy has started up a program of laying bricks. That is the house. It's muddy as you are seeing and about to fall down. That's why the boy has started up a program of laying bricks in order to build a new one. That's their kitchen where they cook from, and during heavy rain seasons they do not cook because the rain pour wets the kitchen and stops the firewood from burning, so they end up cooking inside the house and they end up being choked by smoke. So that is the outside side of the elderly woman's house. She is leading us to her pit latrine. That is the latrine where she defecates from. It's about to fall. That lady is called Namwase Zebles. She too is an old lady with grandchildren. She's showing the executive director her latrine. Those are the grandchildren she was left with by her children who also died of HIV/AIDS, and others. The eldest son drowned in the lake as she was going to Sese Island to transact business of fish. Now these children are being looked after by the grandmother. That's the house where they live. As you are seeing, its door is already broken and almost it's like they sleep outside without any door on the house, putting their lives in danger of wild animals like lions, tigers and hyenas, which could come at night and attack them. But she thanks God who protects them throughout the night till morning, when they wake up without having got any problem. She's saying that one time a big snake crawled inside the house. It was so scary. But God helped. They made an alarm. A neighbor came and helped them to beat it. Her grandchildren, they are not schooling. She doesn't have any money to pay for them school fees. And the government school is 3 kilometers away from them. That wouldn't have been a problem. But she also has to pay some little money there which she doesn't have. So she has ended up stopping the children from going to school. After all, no one can allow them there when they have not yet paid. Those children, the one in the red is called Namwase Allen. Another one is called Kiria Trevor. Another boy is called Senyonjo Frank. And another one is called Namwanje Christine. She not only have those four, but also have others, making it a total of 6 grandchildren under her care. Sometimes they eat half meal, sometimes they sleep hungry. She no longer has energy to dig for them. Though she has nothing to do, she forces herself go to the garden and dig for them. That's the garden where this old lady digs food from. Like you can see the banana plants. That tree fell down, its branches, some of its branches fell down and destroyed her crops. That is her latrine, where they go as the family to ease themselves. Next we bring you this old lady called Muchenchuru Dansira. She too sleeps in a muddy house full of cracks. Making it dangerous for them who sleep inside it. It's likely to fall on them anytime. That is the bathroom where they sleep, and that is the latrine where they defecate from. That is the old latrine which they were using. So it fell. It almost wanted to kill her because she was about to fall in it. So those are the grandchildren which she has under her care, and that is how they sleep. They have no mattress. They only cover themselves with that one blanket. The mattress is for their grandmother, though sometimes she gives them that mattress to sleep on, and the grandmother sleeps on the rugs, and other times they sleep on the rugs and the grandmother sleeps on the mattress. That is the big mattress inside behind them in the corridor on which they sleep by sharing. If today the grandmother sleeps on, The following day, the grandchildren sleep on. They have only one blanket and a gomesi which they cover themselves. This old lady no longer has energy to work. She can no longer go to the garden. She looks for food from the neighbors. As these children have to go to school, so they do not get enough time to go to the garden and dig. And when they go to the garden, they do not get enough time to go to school. And the only grandson she has sometimes resorts to stealing people's jackfruit. So if God provides them with food, they eat. Sometimes they fail to get, and they have to share one plate of food as a family. But though they are in such a situation, they look happy for seeing. They look happy after seeing the executive director interviewing the grandmother, bringing a sense of hope to them. Hence, making them happy, knowing that someday they are going to get some help from anywhere, from somewhere. From the left, the young girl putting on a piece of cloth on her head. She's called Namwanje Joan. The next one, Nakalyango Kevin. The next one, Chire Rosemary. The boy is called Chagera Nsanja. Another girl is called Namigadde Robina, and another one is called Susan. All these are her grandchildren. So it's time for eating, and the grandmother is praying for the food, so that God may bless it to give them good health, strength, knowledge and wisdom, and more food. After that prayer, they are going to start eating, and that's the only meal they are going to have for that day, until tomorrow when God will provide for them. This lady, she's not the only one suffering like this. Many of them, hundreds of them are there on this island and the neighboring villages, passing through the same hassle. Someday, the Holy One in the heavens shall remember them. Thank you for listening. May God bless you. Please donate. We need your help. You can also partner with us